Buddhism is a rich tapestry of traditions focused on personal growth, mindfulness, and achieving enlightenment. But unlike many religions, it doesn't subscribe to the idea of a singular creator God. So why the difference? Let's embark on a journey to the heart of Buddhist philosophy and discover a unique path to inner peace. The Buddhists navigate by a different philosophy, one focused on the journey itself, the present moment, and the potential for enlightenment within each individual. This illustrates the core difference between many religions that emphasize a God and Buddhism, which doesn't subscribe to the idea of a creator deity. But why is this? To delve into this question, we need to explore the historical context of Buddhism's birth, its core tenets, and the unique path it offers to liberation from suffering. If you are new to this channel, subscribe for more insightful content on your journey to a more fulfilling and peaceful mind. Your support truly motivates us to create more content that can empower on the journey towards spiritual awakening. The Buddha is a seeker, not a prophet. Unlike the founders of many religions, Siddhartha Gautama, the man who became the Buddha, wasn't divinely chosen or preordained. He was a prince who witnessed the harsh realities of life, sickness, old age, and death. Deeply troubled by suffering, he embarked on a quest for liberation, not divine revelation. Through years of meditation and introspection, Siddhartha attained enlightenment, a state of perfect understanding and freedom from suffering. He then became the Buddha, the awakened one, sharing his insights with the world. There's no mention of a divine entity guiding him or bestowing knowledge. The emphasis is on his own dedicated practice and realization. The focus on karma and rebirth Buddhism is built on the concept of karma, the law of cause and effect. Our actions, thoughts, and words have consequences that shape our present and future lives. This cycle of cause and effect continues through rebirth, the belief that we're reborn into different life forms based on our karma. There's no eternal heaven or hell dictated by a deity, but rather a process of continuous learning and growth through successive lifetimes. The Buddha's core teachings empowers individuals to take responsibility for their own suffering and liberation. It's a self-guided journey, not one dictated by a divine being. While Buddhism doesn't have a singular creator God, there are figures revered in Buddhist traditions. These are often seen as enlightened beings who have attained a state beyond suffering and can offer guidance. However, they are not worshipped as deities with ultimate power. Think of them as wise teachers or mentors, not all-powerful beings controlling our fate. The emphasis remains on our own practice and effort, not appeasing or worshipping external entities. The goal, awakening, not salvation. The ultimate goal in Buddhism isn't reaching a heavenly paradise or attaining God's favor. It's nirvana, a state of complete liberation from suffering, ignorance, and the cycle of rebirth. This enlightenment is achieved through personal effort and understanding, not through divine intervention. Benefits in the here and now. Buddhism's focus on the present moment offers practical benefits. By cultivating mindfulness, we can navigate life's challenges with greater awareness and compassion. Techniques like meditation help us manage stress, improve focus, and develop emotional intelligence. These tools empower us to create a more fulfilling life, right here and now. A path of self-discovery. Buddhism doesn't offer a set of commandments or rely on fear of punishment from a higher power. Instead, it encourages critical thinking, self-reflection, and personal responsibility. It's a path of self-discovery where we learn to understand the nature of suffering and cultivate the qualities that lead to liberation. The Open Road, a religionless religion. Some scholars consider Buddhism a philosophy rather than a religion in the traditional sense. It lacks the dogma and hierarchical structures often found in religions. The Buddha himself encouraged his followers to question everything and find their own truth through practice and experience. Buddhism has flourished for over 2,500 years, give birth to diverse traditions like Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. While the core principles remain, interpretations and practices may vary. Some Mahayana traditions emphasize the role of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, enlightened beings who choose to remain in the cycle of rebirth to help others achieve liberation. While the concept of a god may be absent, Buddhism shares common ground with many religions in its emphasis on mindfulness, compassion, and ethical conduct. The pursuit of inner peace, the value of good deeds, and the importance of living a meaningful life resonate across cultures and belief systems. The absence of a god in Buddhism might seem like a void to some, but for others it opens a door to a different kind of exploration. Without a preordained path or divine intervention, individuals are empowered to take ownership of their spiritual journey. This approach can be liberating, fostering critical thinking, open-mindedness, and a willingness to learn from various traditions. It's important to acknowledge that the concept of a god in Buddhism can be a complex and debated topic. Some scholars argue that early Buddhist texts contain references to deities, though not necessarily a creator god. These references may reflect the cultural context of the time, where Buddhism emerged alongside traditions with established pantheons. Over the centuries, interpretations of these texts and the role of deities have evolved within different Buddhist schools. The core message of self-reliance and the path to liberation, however, remains constant. The absence of a clear answer about God in Buddhism can be unsettling for some. After all, the human mind often seeks definitive answers to the big questions about existence. But perhaps this very mystery is part of the appeal. Buddhism encourages us to grapple with these questions, to explore the nature of reality through our own practice and experience. It's a journey that unfolds over time, a path of continuous learning and discovery. Buddhism offers a unique perspective on the human experience. It doesn't rely on the concept of a god to explain suffering or the path to liberation. Instead, it focuses on the potential for awakening within each individual, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the power of present-moment awareness. So why the absence of a god in Buddhism? Perhaps it's a call to take ownership of your spiritual journey. Buddhism encourages critical thinking, self-reflection, and personal responsibility. It's a path of self-discovery, where you learn to understand the nature of suffering and cultivate the qualities that lead to liberation. This may seem like a vast and complex topic, but the core message is simple: cultivate mindfulness, compassion, and ethical conduct. These principles resonate across cultures and belief systems, offering a path to a more fulfilling life. Whether you find solace in a higher power or are drawn to a more self-directed path, Buddhism offers a wealth of wisdom and practices to explore.